Hey guys, it's Kevin again. As you guys know, today is finally the day. Of course, the Oscar nominations have finally come out, and as I always do, I like to do a video talking about really my thoughts on the Oscar nominations, and this video is going to be a bit different from the other videos I've done because there's not going to be any jump cuts here. I'm just going to go through each category, tell you guys what I think, tell you what I think was snubbed. Do I like the nomination? Do I not? This is not my prediction video. That's going to be in February before the Oscars. This is just my overall thoughts on the nominations. And let me just say right off the bat, I know a lot of people are getting really pissed about the Oscar nominations, but honestly, I was pretty well satisfied. I mean, sure, there are definitely those few snubs, as there always are. I don't think we'll ever have an Academy Awards show where there's not snubs. There's always going to be those few snubs in there. But the snubs that they had weren't too major. There really wasn't anything that really surprised me. There wasn't anything that I was too upset about, except for one. One I definitely don't understand whatsoever. There are definitely a few head scratchers in there that I'm wondering, why did this get nominated and not this? But either way, guys, let's just get into it because I want to give my overall thoughts on the nominations. Starting off where we're just going to go random. I'm not going to go in any sort of order. I'm just going to kind of go by the order that the Oscars website has them. But we're going to start off with actor in a leading role. And overall, I was very happy with this category. We have Casey Affleck for Manchester by the Sea, Andrew Garfield for Hacksaw Ridge, Ryan Gosling for La La Land, Viggo Mortensen for Captain Fantastic, and Denzel Washington for Fences. I was a little bit surprised about Viggo Mortensen, honestly. I know that he got the Golden Globe, but I really didn't think that he was going to get in there. I just had this feeling that they were going to snub him. And I know a lot of people are upset that Ryan Reynolds didn't get nominated, and truthfully, he has more time to get nominated. I mean, if Deadpool has the acclaim it does now, who knows where Deadpool 2 could go? They could very well possibly nominate Deadpool 2. Now, I know they don't like to nominate sequels, but I have this feeling that Ryan Reynolds will eventually get that nomination. I know he didn't this time, and it kind of sucks, but honestly, I didn't ever really, I was never really that confident that it was going to happen in the first place. I didn't really think that Ryan Reynolds had that much of a shot, and for the nominees we have here, I'm overall satisfied. All 5 of these performances were very well done. They were all very deserving, and, I'll give you my picks on who I think is going to win, but everyone here, I was very happy to see got nominated, especially Casey Affleck, especially, Andrew Garfield. Just really great nominations overall. I was very happy with actor in the leading role. I'm really nothing too crazy about that. But then we go to actor in supporting role, which this one definitely surprised me a bit. Not because I thought there were snubs here, but because of the people that they actually nominate. Because Mahershala Ali for Moonlight, Jeff Bridges for Hell or High Water, Lucas Hedges for Manchester by the Sea, Dev Patel for Lion, and Michael Shannon for Nocturnal Animals. Now, right off the bat, I am so happy that Lucas Hedges got nominated for Manchester by the Sea because that is the most underrated performance of that entire movie, in my opinion. I mean, yes, Casey Affleck's great. Yes, Michelle Williams is fantastic. But Lucas Hedges, I think, is right up there. He is one of the big breakthrough actors of last year. He was incredible in that movie. Just seeing the character that he had, the scenes he had. He was very funny, but also very emotional. And he knew when to be funny and when to be serious. And I think he just, in general, was a really great actor. I really love the interactions between him and Casey Affleck throughout the movie. And I was very happy to see that he got in there. And I didn't really think he was going to. I thought he was going to be one of those performances that just goes kind of unnoticed. And I like that the Academy actually did give him a nomination for that. I was very surprised, but I was happy to see that. And then Michael Shannon for Nocturnal Animals. This, again, was quite a shock. I was expecting Aaron Taylor-Johnson, but I know a lot of people didn't really like his character, and a lot of people were kind of polarized about, had a very polarizing response. So Michael Shannon, he was the one that got, I think, the equal amount of acclaim for that film. So I was very happy to see he got in there. I loved his character in Nocturnal Animals, and I was very happy to see that he got nominated for that. I was honestly a little bit surprised about Jeff Bridges. I really did not think that Hell or High Water was going to get that much. I thought, the Golden Globes was just luck. The Golden Globes, it's not always certain what's going to get nominated. I really had this feeling that Hell or High Water wasn't going to get a ton of stuff. And they actually did get a lot more than I thought. And I was overall very happy with how that turned out. Especially because, like I said, I didn't expect them to get a ton. I was happy to see they actually got a lot more. But, so yeah, and also, I have no idea why Dev Patel is in the supporting actor role. He's the main fucking character of that movie. The movie is called Lion. He's on the poster of the film. Why is he listed as a supporting role? It doesn't make a ton of sense. I don't know why the Academy does these things. It's, again, one of those head scratchers that we really will never understand, but overall, was pretty happy with this category. Very happy to see Lucas Hedges get in there. I didn't think he was going to get any love whatsoever. So I was very happy with this. I was quite surprised at how good some of the nominations turned out. And again, not really a ton of complaints here. But for actress in a leading role, again, I was pretty, not satisfied, I'd say, but this is pretty much what I expected. We had Isabelle Huppert as, for Elle, Ruth Negga for Loving, Natalie Portman for Jackie, Emma Stone for La La Land, and Meryl Streep for Florence Foster Jenkins. And here's where we get to, in my opinion, the biggest surprise of all. I mean, Amy Adams was the thing that really propelled Arrival, and she was the thing that really made that movie as great as it was. As much as it was, Denis Villeneuve, it was Amy Adams' film. If she had not been as good as she was, I don't think the movie would have been nearly as impactful, as memorable. I just don't think it would have been that great. And it's because of Amy Adams that movie turned out so great. And the one thing that everyone thought she was going to get nominated for, she gets snubbed for. I mean, it made no sense whatsoever to me. Look, I'm sure Meryl Streep, I get that they love to nominate her, but Ruth Negga for Loving, I don't know why she's here, honestly. I mean, why is she here and not Joel Edgerton? What did she do that was so great? I mean, sure, she was good in the movie, but not compared to Amy Adams. Amy Adams gave such a nuanced, emotional, and just real performance, and I just didn't really understand why they snubbed her, honestly. That was one that I am genuinely questioning. Why did they decide to snub her? Was it because she's been nominated before? Was it because there were other things they felt deserved? They want to give it to the technical categories? I mean, this just made no sense to me, why they snubbed her. That is something that, yes, I am quite upset about. I do definitely understand where people are coming from when they're enraged with that, because that was the one thing this movie needed to get nominated for, and for some reason they completely snubbed it, and I was really pissed about that. However, Natalie Portman, Emma Stone, I think the obvious choice is definitely. Very happy to see Isabelle Huppert in there. She was fantastic in Elle, and she did a great job there. Meryl Streep and Florence Foster Jenkins, I think, was obvious, and she's always going to be in there. Even if she doesn't give a good performance, she's going to be in there no matter what. She didn't receive that award at the Golden Globes for nothing. So overall, besides Amy Adams, I was overall happy with this category. I really do wish Hailee Steinfeld got in there. I know it's not going to happen, but I was praying for Hailee Steinfeld. I was really hoping that she'd get it, but unfortunately, again, just not her year. So, again, not too upset with this category, but Amy Adams, they really fucked up there. I mean, you really done goofed, Academy. I really don't know, what they were thinking here. I don't know why, out of everything, why was that the thing they snubbed Arrival for? It was the one thing that I think was universally praised, and especially because they usually base it off, what was universally praised, and I don't think a single person said that Amy Adams was bad. I know people who found Arrival excruciatingly boring, and they still think that Amy Adams was incredible in that film, because she was, and for some reason the Academy left it unnoticed, and that really doesn't make sense to me why they did that, but either way, let's move on. Actor in a supporting role, not too upset about this. I think we had the obvious choices here. Viola Davis for Fences, Naomi Harris for Moonlight, Nicole Kidman for Lion, Octavia Spencer for Hidden Figures, and Michelle Williams for Manchester by the Sea. I think that's pretty much exactly the same as it went for the Golden Globes, and I'm not really too upset with this. I'm happy to see they all got in there. Nicole Kidman, again, I don't know why supporting role. I'm pretty sure that she is the second main character of that movie, so that really didn't make a ton of sense to me either, why they're not saying main. I guess they're just performances that they didn't want to leave unnoticed, so they decided to put them in there basically so that way they could at least have some sort of recognition. But again, I don't really know. I'm trying to think like an Academy voter, and it's not really the easiest thing in the world to do. But I was happy with this category overall. Nothing too upsetting there. Now let's get to anime feature film. This was pretty obvious as well. My biggest surprise here was that the Red Turtle got in there. I was very surprised about that. I didn't know if they were going to give the Red Turtle something, and they actually did. So this now gives me two reasons to watch the Red Turtle. I was going to watch it anyway, but now it gives me actual hope and faith in the movie. I'm very interested in seeing that movie overall. My Life is a Zucchini. I don't know what that is, but that got in there as well. And then the obvious choices, Kubo, Moana, and Zootopia. I'm happy to see that those three got some love. I didn't see Moana, but I'm going to watch it definitely before the Academy Awards. I will definitely watch it. I know many of you have told me, review Moana, review Moana. I did not forget it, guys. I did not have time before 2016 was over, but I promise you guys, before the Oscars happened, I will review Moana, as well as a wide array of many other Oscar films that I completely forgot to watch, and Moana is one of them. But I think Zootopia, I'm not going to say which one's going to take it, but very happy with the animated feature film category overall. And then cinematography, nothing too crazy here. Arrival, La La Land, I expected those two to definitely get, and I definitely expected Moonlight. Silence, I was so surprised by. I mean, Silence got nothing except cinematography. I'm just happy to see it got something, because I really thought that it was going to be snubbed horribly, and it was definitely snubbed pretty badly. I mean, I think Martin Scorsese was at least hoping to get Best Director, which is kind of a slap in the face to him. I mean, especially because this was his passion project that he worked on for almost 20 years, and just to have it be that less, to have that just that less of nominations, it really does suck on his part. So I really did kind of feel bad for Martin Scorsese in that manner, but I was happy to see it get cinematography. Again, that's another movie that I will watch, definitely. I've been wanting to watch Silence for a while, and I'm happy to see that at least it did get something. So I was surprised to see it, but it was definitely a good surprise. And Arrival, definitely very happy to see it got cinematography, as well as La La Land and Moonlight. Very good nomination. And Lion as well. I haven't seen Lion, but very good nominations there. Nothing too upsetting with that. Directing, this one really surprised me, because sure, I expected Mel Gibson, I expected Damien Chazelle, Kenneth Lonergan, Barry Jenkins, sure, but Denis Villeneuve, I was completely shocked about. I really did not think that they were going to nominate him for that. I thought that was the one thing that they weren't going to get nominated for, but no, he actually did. And this does kind of make up for Amy Adams', lack of nomination, because if it's not for Amy Adams, Denis Villeneuve is the one thing that makes that film so great, because it's a Denis Villeneuve film and it's so different from any of the other films he did. But I think it's also because this is really the movie that put him on the map. I mean, this is a movie that shows that Denis Villeneuve knows what he's doing. He's a master director. He makes movies that he wants to watch. He has his own sort of style, and that unconventional style, I think that's what got him the nomination overall. So very happy to see that. I was very happy to see Denis Villeneuve get Best Directing, definitely. I don't know if he's going to win it, but definitely was quite surprised. But again, a really good surprise. Was happy to see it overall. So directing, happy about that one. And then for documentary feature, I was very happy to see Life Animated got on there. You guys know Life Animated was one of my top 15 movies of last year, so very happy to see it there. OJ Made in America, I actually will watch. I've wanted to watch that for a while, so I probably will actually watch that before the Oscars happen, because I want to watch that one for a while. 13th, I tried to watch it. I just couldn't get into it. I found it to be just not for me. I understand why people like it. I just could not get into it, unfortunately. I found it to be quite repetitive, very one-sided, and I just was not a huge fan of it. I understand it was trying to address a certain subject, but in my opinion, just really was not that great. I can understand if you liked it, don't get pissed at me, but I just was not a fan of it. Film editing, I was happy to see all those. Nothing really too upsetting with that, definitely. Foreign language film, this was surprising because Elle got completely snubbed for foreign language. I was for sure thinking that Elle would be the frontrunner for this category, but no, Elle didn't get anything here. The Salesman and Tony Erdmann, I think, are the frontrunners. I'm hearing Tony Erdmann is probably the one that's going to win, but again, I don't know, so I'm going to probably watch both of those. I've heard really good things about them, but yeah, I was very surprised to see that Elle was completely snubbed. I thought that Elle was going to be, the for sure winner, and instead, they got completely snubbed. That was very strange to me. I get why. I honestly, I don't get why, but yeah, I mean, it won a Golden Globe and it got completely snubbed here. That was very surprising. Makeup and hairstyling, probably the most outlandish and ridiculous nomination is Suicide Squad for Best Hairstyling, which actually I do agree with. I think the costume design in that movie is impeccable. I thought they did an incredible job with designing those characters, and part of the fun of that movie, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually really do enjoy Suicide Squad. I'm one of the few I know, but I actually really did enjoy it for what it is. It's not a perfect movie, it has a ton of flaws, but it's a movie that I'm willing to overlook those flaws because I have so much fun with it, and part of that fun definitely was residing in the makeup and hairstyling, and I was very happy to see that. Star Trek Beyond didn't really have. I mean, sure, I think things like that to me, I think was nominated because of Sofia Boutella and her character and Idris Elba in the movie, but other than that, I'm not really sure why that was nominated. It didn't really make a ton of sense. What the hell's a man called Ovu? I don't know what that is, but not too upset with that. Original score, I was surprised to see Passengers got on there. Why did Passengers get nominated? It just feels so out of place with the other movies. I mean, the one score that I was very upset about was Nocturnal Animals. The Nocturnal Animals score, I listen to that score almost all the time. It's very catchy, it's very epic, and it perfectly starts the eccentric tone of the film and the very psychedelic feel that it has, and I was very upset that that was kind of snubbed. I was really hoping that that would get original score, but no, Passengers got it, and I don't know how Passengers really got on there. Not many people saw it, and I've really not heard many people praise the score. I don't know if the score is good. I was just very surprised to see Passengers got on there, but whatever. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I don't really know why it's there, but whatever. Best original song, however, this one I really was not surprised about. A lot of people are upset about Can't Stop the Feeling. Guys, it was obvious from the second that that song came out that it was going to be a candidate for an Oscar nomination. I knew the second that that came out that it was going to be one of the frontrunners, and it absolutely is. And sure, it may get annoying. Sure, it's overplayed as hell, but it's really catchy. It's a really feel-good song, and it very well propels that film, and I think that's the main reason why I was nominated. I think City of Stars, or Moana, they're probably going to be the ones that get it, but Trolls, I know a lot of people are upset about that. I don't know what the hell the empty chair is, but the one thing that I was upset about, I know Swiss Army Man wasn't going to get anything, but Montage is probably the best montage I've ever seen in a film, personally. It's incredible what they do that movie, and that was like the one thing that I felt they really needed to get, and they didn't get it. And again, that kind of upset me a bit. I get why it wasn't nominated. It's very different. It was a very polarizing film. Some people loved it, some people hated it. It was very divided with critics, and I think that's the main reason why they didn't nominate it. I know some people are very upset about that, but when it really comes down to it, I think the main reason why is because a lot of people were very 50-50 on it, and I think the Academy just didn't really know if they wanted to nominate because it was so polarizing. Some people would be completely, they would be overjoyed, and then some people would be, really pissed off about it, and I think that's why they didn't decide to nominate it, but production design, nothing too shocking there, except, again, Passengers. That was very strange that got that. Short film, I don't really have much to say about that because I didn't watch it. Sound editing, I was very happy to see Deepwater Horizon get on there because Deepwater Horizon didn't get much of anything, but I was happy to see it got sound editing. That was very pleasing to me. I think the sound editing in that movie, it really does propel the suspense forward, and I think they handled it very well, so I was very happy to see Deepwater Horizon get some love, which that was definitely really great. Sound mixing as well, I really do love all the sound mixing for all these movies. 13 Hours got on there, which was very shocking. I know Mark Ellis must be happy, but that was definitely interesting to see sound mixing on there. I mean, 13 Hours, I didn't see it, but kind of weird that a January movie got that. Visual effects, I wasn't really too shocked about anything. Deepwater Horizon is kind of visual effects, but I don't know, that movie doesn't really strike me as visual effects. A lot of it just seems so real, and that's probably why it got nominated, because it just looks so real, and you don't really see it as visual effects, but the other ones, oh yeah, definitely. Jungle Book, Kubo, Rogue One, I mean, they definitely do deserve visual effects overall. Not the visual effects on Tarkin, definitely not, but all the other visual effects are great. The adapted screenplay, again, nothing too shocking here. I didn't know The Rival was actually an adapted screenplay. I was pretty sure it was an original story, but I guess it wasn't, and that was interesting to see that it wasn't. I knew the other ones were definitely going to get in there, but original screenplay, here's one that I was so happy with. I was so happy to see The Lobster get some love. That is one movie that I never thought the Academy would even dare touch, and I am so happy to see that they actually did give it something. It actually did get nominated for Best Original Screenplay, which I really do think it deserves. The Lobster is a movie, if you haven't seen, definitely check it out. Not for everyone, very, very different, but if you like different movies, it's definitely a movie for you. It's really fucking different, just know that going into it, and I was happy to see it get something. Definitely, that was very good. And then now let's get to the last one, the Best Picture. Again, nothing really too shocking here, I have to say. The only thing I was a little bit shocked by is Hell or High Water getting Best Picture. I had a feeling it was going to, but I didn't actually think it was going to happen. So to see that happen, one, I was very happy. But I was very surprised that Silence, Patriots Day, things like that were completely snubbed. I mean, Patriots Day got absolutely nothing. That was very surprising to me. They picked Deepwater Horizon over Patriots Day. Now, maybe it's because a lot of people didn't get to see Patriots Day, but you could also make that argument for Hidden Figures. So that didn't really make a ton of sense to me. Jackie not getting on there, that was also really surprising. I thought for sure that Jackie would get on there, but I guess it didn't. I mean, Lion is a film that I knew the critics were going to go crazy for. The second I saw it, I'm like, that's going to be an Oscar bait type movie. I heard it's a great movie, but it seemed like an Oscar type movie to me, so I'm not really surprised about that. But I was definitely surprised not to see Jackie on there. It seemed like a movie that was very socially relevant and definitely dealt with a lot of the issues of the time. So again, that was definitely surprising to not see, to not see, what was the movie? Now I can't think what the movie was. Oh, that was very surprising to not see it on there, definitely. I was expecting it to get something, but it did not get nominated for Best Picture. That was definitely surprising to me. And then, I think also, something else I was kind of surprised about was, like I said, Silence didn't really get anything. That was definitely surprising, I have to say. But I think that's it, guys. I think I really did cover everything. I talked about all my thoughts on all the nominations. Again, this is not my predictions video. My predictions video will be much, much later. That's why this video isn't too long, because it's just me talking about my overall thoughts on the nominations. Overall, aside from Amy Adams not getting the nomination, which that just makes no sense to me whatsoever, there are a ton of snubs I could talk about, but they really aren't anything major. They really didn't affect me in a big way. Overall, I was pretty satisfied with these nominations. I liked most of the movies on this list. I think that they all were very deserving of being on there, and I pretty much am looking forward to seeing, what really happens here, because there's a lot of potential winners. I think La La Land's possibly going to get a lot, but again, I don't really know. That's for another video. Either ways, guys, for this video on my Oscar nomination thoughts, let me know what you guys thought of the nominations overall. I know some of you are very upset, and I can completely understand that. I really do. If your favorite movie didn't get on there, that definitely is very sad to see. But that's for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys thought of the Oscar nominations overall. And we'll see you guys next week, which will be for tonight's episode of The Flash. And we'll see you guys for that. Okay, bye.